What's up, everybody? My name is Austin, and I'm joined with my good friend.
I'm Bill Sanders.
Yeah, Bill has been a triber longer than I have.
Yeah, since day one.
Yes, like actually before day one. So super excited to have this conversation. Man, why don't we just hop in and tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do for work, and your family, and then we'll get into how you made your way to Iron Tribe.
Yeah, for sure. Bill Sanders, 42 years old. Been with Iron Tribe since day one, back in 2017. So, actually met Hayden at a coffee shop at Magpie. He was interviewing somebody trying to sign up members, and I lived in Birmingham with my wife Lauren for 4 years before that, and I saw the Iron Tribe logo because Iron Tribe started in Birmingham, and I was like, "Hey, Iron Tribe, I know about that. I got hurt at Iron Tribe. I'm not going to join your gym." And he was like, "Oh man, hear me out.
We're different.
Yeah, we're different this time." And so, he was like, "Meet me for coffee." So I did. Met him for coffee. I had some very specific things that I was like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to do, a bunch of crazy barbell movements and end up, in traction and, irreparably broken. And he was like, "You're not going to get hurt. We're going to coach you through it." And I took a leap of faith and joined, actually helped unpack the truck.
You were here when the 18-wheeler
The
rolled up.
18-wheeler right out there. This is where it all started. And, the gym looked completely different at the time. The rig was over there as opposed to being suspended from the ceiling. That's old school.
Yeah.
Iron Tribe.
My first Iron Tribe class was the rig, and there were pull-ups. And I remember almost getting kicked and almost kicking someone.
Yeah.
Because there were also ring muscle-ups.
That's right.
And which were further suspended from the
Yes.
rig. So, yeah, it was orange, right? Like big.
Yeah, the
big orange rig.
Big orange rig. But yeah, no, that was 9.5 years ago. I'm originally from Shreveport, but my wife and I moved back here in 2015. I'm a commercial real estate broker with Lee and Associates. We've got offices here in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans, and I've got a great team. Married to my wife Lauren. We've been together been married for 15 years now. This
That's
past
awesome.
February, yes, indeed. And
2 kids.
2 kids. Anna Ellis is 8, and William is 6. They are incredible. I can't say enough about how awesome it is to be their dad.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh wait, we gotta talk into him. Sorry.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. So, you mentioned initial apprehension. Hayden also tells that story really well, and I laugh when he tells it because I think you went on to sign up more people at Iron Tribe than Hayden did initially. So, tell me more about the apprehension you had, because I would think that for most guys in our age range, busy, professional, with kids, fitness can be intimidating. The desire to not get hurt is high because our wives don't care why we got hurt, just that we're hurt and cannot be helpful with kids, and we don't want to be hurt and miss out on activities. So maybe could you talk more to what your apprehension was, and then what was different here that obviously kept you for 9 years?
Yeah, for sure. The apprehension was just fear, and it really didn't have anything to do with preconceived notions of this style of workout, HIIT training, high intensity training, being under stress, heavy weights. I was just kind of lazy and complacent, and I was like, that seems really hard. And so it kind of started with, let's give this a shot, because I honestly, I believed in Hayden, the way he was talking about how much preparation goes into being a coach.
Right.
And, from the time I walked in with no weight training at all, they made us start with PVC pipes.
Yeah, we still have them right over there in the corner.
Yeah, I still love a good PVC pipe to understand the functionality of the basic movements. Let's master the basics before we add any weight under load. And so it was, you're going to work with a PVC pipe, you're going to do air squats, you're going to do just the barbell until you can really, really get that foundation and sort of train your body in a way to receive that. So that's what it was. It was an initial bout of just fear, I think, and fear of the unknown. That's what it was.
Sure. Yeah, how have you seen it play out in your life, or more specifically, how has doing something as simple as 3 to 5 45-minute workouts a week, how have you seen that impact you outside of the gym?
First and foremost, I mean, it's been a tremendous impact. I am sore like throughout the week. Don't get me wrong, and I'm, some of that I'm like, is it because I'm 42? Like, is this what aging is? But no, it's because, we did 60 reps of a complex, and it was a lot. It was taxing on my body. But the little things are way easier. Picking up my kids, taking groceries from the car, picking up suitcases when we travel, that's easy. It's like Ronnie Coleman, like it's lightweight, baby,
That's right.
and so it's increased my functionality, my ability just to go about my day and have energy. That's something that's markedly different. And another thing it's really helped me with is I've been doing, been with Iron Tribe for 9 years. Have been doing 5 a.m. Iron Tribe for about 8.5 years. That has completely changed how I live my life. Go to bed.
Meaning just not only that you are doing it, but when you're doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So finding that 5 a.m. rhythm, which takes some time to get used to waking up at 4:27, which is what time I wake up.
Last minute, I
Yeah.
can do it and still make it.
Yeah, 4:27. Maybe I'll hit snooze for 5 minutes, but then it's go time. You got to get up. And having that discipline, knocking out something that's really hard first thing in the morning, really prepares you for the rest of your day.
Man, why do you think that is? Because I totally agree. I had a guy who was a mentor of mine that just would always say, discipline begets discipline. And I believed him just because I respected him. I have now experienced it. But I mean, from your observations, from your experience, what do you think it is? Like, how does waking up at 5 to work out make you a better dad?
4:27.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How does starting your workout at 5? My apologies. But like, how do you think that is helping you be better as a real estate agent, as a dad, husband, all of the roles you show up in? Why do you think that early wake up time is impacting all those areas?
Well, I'll give you two answers to that. One, a very functional way that it's impacted me is I'm drinking way less. Drinking less alcohol.
Okay.
It is physically impossible to drink alcohol on
And
a
wake up at
regular basis
4:27.
and wake up at 4:27 and go work out.
Man.
And it's not in the cards. And so without that, you find yourself having a couple beers, or maybe fixing an old fashioned, or having a glass of wine. You've had a long day at work. But I get so much more out of going to Iron Tribe that alcohol or any vice could really replicate, in terms of something that would make me feel good. And it's just, there's no comparison. So there's that.
Yeah,
But-
that's a really good. I would not have thought of that because that doesn't feel like something you're choosing to do, but it's a really cool side effect of the commitment. Like if
Yeah.
I'm committed to waking up that early, I'm going to not commit to
Oh, yeah.
certain afternoon or evening activities.
Well, it reprograms what you put in your body. And look, most of the time I eat like a raccoon, you know, just like whatever's
Yeah, what's around. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But at least for that dinner meal, I'm very intentional about what I eat. You know,
Okay.
sometimes lunch is on the go.
Sure.
Breakfast might be a smoothie or whatever whatever the kids don't eat. Multiple cups of coffee,
Yeah.
naturally. But dinner, you can feel at 5 a.m. what you ate
What you did the night before.
and what you drank, what time you went to sleep, and so
427.
427. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, in terms of the big picture, you know what it's done for me as a parent. You know, we have a mantra in our house, and it's "Get uncomfortable," and another one that we've incorporated into my company, which is "Do what you've always done, get what you've always got." And
Where did those start? Those are cool sayings. Why did you pick up on those two?
Yeah, "Get uncomfortable" is that's a phrase that an old business coach of mine instilled in me when I was in Birmingham, and I love the phrase. It's like, what happens when you're uncomfortable? Well, you're putting your body in a position of stress or discomfort, pushing the limits of what you want to do, because your body wants to sleep. Your body wants to stay in that bed. It wants to eat, you know, that second bowl of ice
Everything.
cream.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, it wants to have that cocktail. It wants that. And so anytime you can resist and push against that, that's where the growth happens. And
Yeah, that's a great point.
you know, you can apply that to all aspects of life. And you know, talk to my kids about that. I want them to see me. The first thing they think of when they think of Dad in the morning is he's a sweaty mess. He's coming home from Iron Tribe, and I'm in a really good mood, you know. And I walk in. I've been with all my people at 5 a.m. We have such a great group
It's amazing.
that shows up. I mean, it is,
I'm not saying that because we're on camera. Like, I mean,
dude.
when I think about, I'm sorry, I'm tangenting here,
Yeah.
but you know those memes where it's like me sitting there like this when everybody's complaining about their wives, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't have anything to say, and it's
Yeah.
like I feel that way when people talk about work. Like people will complain about work or whatever, and I'm like, I think about the 5 a.m. crew, I think about other classes, the 12:15, which I normally pop into, and I'm like, that's my job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get to be around such amazing people who, not in like a prideful way, but just like want to try hard and want to feel good and want to go against the current,
Yeah.
you know? And man, like what a blessing that is to get to be around that on a regular basis. Because I think of how many people don't have that positive impact on their lives. And it's kind of like you're just doing it in isolation. And that can be really hard, really sad, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm with you. I have picked up, I've started doing more long distance running, and Saturday is kind of one of the only mornings I can get like a long run in and it not impede on work and family. So it's like I'm usually starting at 4:30 or 5 because I need to be done by 6:30. And like when my kids come out, I'm like, hey guys, like I'm awake, you know, I've got that endorphin dump. I usually go on a run with a friend at that time. So yeah, dude, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, it's
No, you get it.
what we have at the tribe is it's so special, you know. And I feel very like a mother hen. Like I'm very protective of like
Yeah.
of keeping it that way, you know.
No, 100%. And you know, you look at the 5 a.m. crew, and there are other classes that have this same cadence of the regular people who show up at the same time. But it's like, man, that built-in accountability. I mean, you cannot replicate that. Sometimes you sleep through your alarm, you're going to hear about it, and they're going to be like, "Man, Bill, you slept in." Like, dude, yeah, I did. It was, you know, I did.
I didn't get uncomfortable.
I did. I was very comfortable in my bed. I chose my bed. I chose comfort.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's nice to not fall through the cracks, right? Like we need that. I think we need it, especially in fitness. And I think you know this about me. Like, I'm not a fitness snob. Like I'm cool with people moving. Like, just move your body. Like, feel good. You know, I do think all people should be doing some kind of like resistance training, you know, just for if you're going to split hairs over what's the best use of 45 minutes. It's like, well, I think there should be some resistance training involved just for longevity and health span and all that. But man, like, the way that physical movement helps me with anxiety, with mood, with my spiritual life, that has become so important to me that I want there to be people in my life that don't let me drift in that area. Not so that I can stay fit, but it's so that I don't drift in all of the other areas.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's plenty of areas to drift into, you know, and yeah, yeah, it's really, and it's crazy how it was completely organic how it was built, and that comes from a gym that does the little things well, you know, making everybody feel comfortable, creating that culture, which is not something you just snap your fingers and do, you know. And I think that we provide a lot of good feedback to y'all, you know, with like,
Yeah, that would be an understatement. Y'all,
it's like, hey, this isn't working, you know.
yeah, y'all have been very helpful over the years.
What's going
for
on
sure.
with the programming, you know, when are we ever going to need to use a wall walk? Like, that's Marty, you know. Marty's like the comment box, the living comment box, Marty Mackey. And, you know, he's like, we got to, you know, got to keep you on your toes a little bit with some of these things.
Yeah.
And so.
But it's valuable, man. I mean, I think the day I think I don't need any feedback would be a very sad day for me. Yeah. I was just on the phone with a friend who runs Iron Tribes, and I told him, and you were one of the people I was referencing, there were a lot of people, but a bulk of it was the 5 a.m. crew. It was not this past November, but 2 Novembers ago, however you would say that, so about a year and a half ago. And man, things just like weren't going well for the gym in certain regards. And I remember just being really discouraged. And I was like, man, like, I haven't changed. I'm still committed to this like mission of building fitness communities that change lives. Like, with a good conscience, I was like, I'm trying hard. You know, and I think it was either myself or Hayden were having a conversation with Scott. And man, he just gave us some really hard but really honest feedback. And that's when we sent out the survey to everybody. And I was so grateful for, like, I think it's cool that we have a gym of people who care enough to say something.
Oh yeah.
Because it's hard to say something. You don't want to come off wrong. You know, for whatever reason, it's hard. That, I look back on that as like one of the best things that ever happened to me professionally. And I'm so grateful because people didn't have to say anything.
Well, yeah, and at most gyms, people would just be disgruntled and they would leave.
Yeah. And so it meant the world. And I made a commitment of like, this will never be the feedback again. And that's what got me into long distance running. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
Cool.
But that day I was like, I can either give up and quit because I'm not doing a good job, or I can show up and get uncomfortable. I can decide to do the little work that isn't sexy, that's not fun, that's not cool, and just do it every day.
Yeah.
And I committed. I was like, I think it's going to take a year before it's really different.
Yeah.
And man, I think it is very different. And I was really encouraged. I was grateful that some of the people who gave feedback, I mean, they reached out unsolicited and was like, hey, we can see the difference, you know? And so, yeah, dude, it's so special. You know, I know people listening to this probably wouldn't care about all that, but it's like, to me, man, I felt so loved by our members.
Yeah.
That they were willing to say something. And at the end of the day, I think everything they were requesting was legitimate, you know, like it wasn't outlandish. except
Yeah.
for a couple of Marty's requests, you know.
Yeah,
But
naturally, yeah.
that's okay. But yeah, so yeah, dude, it is a special thing to have people who love you enough to show you where you're erring,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
And so yeah, I'm forever grateful for the 5 a.m. crew, you know. And so if you guys didn't know that, now you know. So thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
So sorry, we started talking about this because I said, how do you feel like waking up at 5 has impacted you? And
Yeah.
one of them was some of the things that's caused you to cut out some of that built-in accountability there. And I think you were going to reference another.
Yeah. Let's see.
Or maybe it was the dad. Sorry, you were saying like we have a saying, get
Oh
uncomfortable.
yeah, just get uncomfortable. Yeah, I want to demonstrate that to my kids. You know, that I'm not going to tell you to do something that you can't do and that I'm not willing to do myself. You know, like my daughter's in ballet and she's competitive like me, and she puts in the work, and I would like to think I'm encouraging her, you know, by showing that, hey, look, life is a gift, health is a gift, and as long as you have life and you have health, push yourself to do hard things. And you know, do that with my son too. You know, we try to get out in the yard and play baseball, and he's, you know, plays baseball, basketball, football. He's not crazy about sports, but it's like, look, all I really care about at your age is effort, and want to see you try. And man, that's half a life. But
That's a lot of life.
but yeah, and I mean that's the other thing that's I go back to how grateful I am to have my health. And when I started, I was not in good shape, and I still, you know,
Neither was Marty. Just so
neither was
we're on the
Marty.
same
He's
page.
still not. But and I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm in great shape now. Like I said, I eat like, you know.
You're in way better shape than.
I'm in way better shape
Yeah.
than I was. But you know, I remember in high school, like weight training was just, it was completely foreign to me. You know, in 8th grade you do curls and that kind of stuff. But I remember freshman year of high school, the first day at Byrd High School, we had to bench press.
For PE?
PE.
Oh, okay.
First period.
Oh, so first day
First
of
day.
high school, first class.
First class.
It's like get on the bench.
Get on the bench.
Wow.
And there's like, it's the entire
did you
freshman
weigh?
class. I weighed about 100 pounds, and they put the bar on, and I didn't know
Like
it,
this, like a 45.
just like that, 45-pound bar, and I could not bench the bar. You want to talk about
That's demoralizing.
embarrassing?
I'm not making fun of you.
No,
That would be. Yeah.
but you think about being a high school kid,
And you were a freshman?
yeah, never lifted a weight in my life, and you know everybody's laughing, and so you're like, this was my introduction to weight training
In high school.
in high school. It's brutal, and you know Byrd is. I love that you're laughing, because it in a lot of ways it is funny, but it's like, hey man, 9 out of 10 people that come through here have no I mean, maybe it's not completely true.
Oh, you mean at Iron Tribe?
Yeah, at Iron Tribe.
Oh, yeah, I would say the majority of people have never done free weight resistance training
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, no, and I mean, do you think I went and picked up a barbell after that?
I
in
want
my
to know
spare
what you
time?
did, to be truthful.
I was like, screw this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would have
yeah.
punted it.
I punted.
Like, I would have been embarrassed and been like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm finding something different.
And so for the next, call it 15 years of my life, I would go to the Y. I would, you know, you would do curls and tricep extensions and the Smith machines.
Did you stay away from the bench?
Stayed away from the bench. And look, Eric will tell you, you know, on bench day, neither one of us like to go to that bench.
I thought he was joking about that.
He's not.
Like, in the group message,
Yeah.
he said something about, I never go to bench day. And I was like, no one cracked a joke.
Yeah. No, it's
And
dead serious.
and Daniel was like, no, he really doesn't ever come and bench. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he had a similar experience growing up in Alexandria.
Whenever he's on this, we'll get to the root
Yeah,
of it.
I can only assume that there's some kind of PTSD there that you might need to uncover.
So the bench tober's not in your future.
I would love to do benchuary.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Benchuary.
Yeah,
I saw that
it
for the
just
first time the other day. Okay.
You would love that too. Yeah.
I'm slowly fading on my desire to lift very heavy
Really?
bench weights.
That's really disappointing.
I saw a guy pop his pec who is freakishly fit. Like, competed against Froning, those guys, and just was doing. He wasn't doing anything dumb. Like, the dude went to med school. Like, he's a bright guy.
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah, that'll scar you.
Yeah, and whenever he showed me the video of it, it did something to me where I'm like, well, if it can happen to him.
It's probably going to happen to me.
Yeah. So,
That's right.
So, like, this past week for the 3 rep, I was like, I'm doing sets of 5. Like, it's
good.
Like, I'll still lift heavy. I just mean maximal.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm a little afraid of it at the moment.
Yeah, that I could see that. But yeah, I mean, so you know, when I walked into Iron Tribe, I had no expectation. I had a pair of gray New Balances, the 990s, because those were the
It
only
was the frat life.
frat life. Those are the only like tennis shoes I own.
Athletic shoes you had.
Yeah.
Were you in real estate at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in real estate for 16 years or so.
Okay. Maybe hold it a little closer just in case.
Yeah, I was in real estate at the time, but yeah, and so it was, you know, for those of you that are out there that you're not sure where to begin or if you have no experience, this is the place for you, is what I would say, just because of the way the coaches will take care of you, make sure your form is where it needs to be, and the community that'll back you up and support you. And that's what I felt from day one.
Yeah, no, man, thanks for saying that. Yeah, that's our goal, you know. It's like when we say build fitness communities that change lives, it can feel very grandiose, you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, we really mean it, you know, and so I'm so thankful to have the team that we do. Like, when I hear people praising Iron Tribe, it really doesn't go to my head because, like, I'm not on the floor. You know, I'm not the product anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's Dane, it's Daniel, Ben, it's Ashley, Sarah, Sandy. Like, they love doing this, you know, and they love our people. And I just think I'm so humbled to get to have a team of like-minded people who just want to take care of people. And they don't care at all how fit you are. Like, they're not impressed
Yeah.
by how fit you are, and they are not put off by the fact that you couldn't pick up the bar.
Yeah.
You know, they're just glad you're here, and they're excited to help you fall into a routine that's going to help change your life, like, outside the gym. You know, I really believe that. So, yeah, it's an honor to get to do that day in, day out.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody gets to impact people in their job the way that y'all do.
Yeah, it's really special.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, I think, go through the motions, wonder, am I having an impact on people?
Yeah, we get a much closer seat.
You do.
Like, what you do impacts a ton of people.
Yeah, sometimes. I feel like, you know, we just make people mad a lot of the time.
Yeah, but I mean,
sometimes
that's-
we get to impact people.
No, I think you do. I think everybody can love their neighbor and their job, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you're a few rows back from the good that it's doing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's a good perspective that I think my coaches do a great job of keeping in mind. Is like they get a front row seat to, you know, to that. And you know, it's funny, the things that actually get us the most excited as a team, like, because, you know, we have like a team group message and whatnot. We are excited when someone hits, like, they get a first muscle up. It's like, man, that's really cool. It really is, you know. But, like, what gets us really excited is when, I don't know, I want to say this kindly because I don't want people to think I'm making fun, but, like, we just have some people that they're more wise and more seasoned in life and are, significantly older than I am. And man, whenever they like do a full depth squat to a box and stand up for the first time ever, it's like you would think the most amazing thing ever happened in the coach's group message, or like when someone's like, hey, they got on the floor and stood up unassisted.
Yeah.
We're like, yes. And so Iron Tribe's this cool place where we get to celebrate like high skilled things, but then we also get to celebrate someone doing a squat for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want to talk about the quality of life improvement that has on someone.
Yeah, I mean, you just described two movements that are very, very functional and critical to longevity and the ability to live your life in a healthy way.
Yeah, because we're not talking about crazy stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
do you like gardening?
It's
Well,
like-
you probably need to be able to get on the ground
Yeah.
and get up.
Or, did you fall? Can you pick yourself up?
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think that's one thing I wish, maybe you have an answer to this as well. I wish people knew, so many people are intimidated by Iron Tribe. It could be the name, like it's kind of,
Yeah.
it's very like, I love it, so I don't want to change it, but I wish people knew how the gym was just full of normal people
Oh, yeah.
just trying to get a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel the same way? Like, what would you
Well,
say to people who are
we
like,
have some,
it's super intimidating?
we have some abnormal people that are just freakishly
Okay,
strong.
there is that.
There is
for
that.
sure. I'm not saying that they're
But you
not
you
that.
look at them and you're like, that guy puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like me. And even though
he fills them out better than I do.
that's
but
correct. But no, I mean, it is a bunch of it's a bunch of moms and dads. A lot of people with young kids, a lot of people that are kind of in the soup, like we are.
Man, maybe speak to that population, like, because I think you live this, and I think I'm living it right now. Like, what would you say to the dad who's like, man, I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
Like, I got kids, I got work, like I have softball practice tonight with my girls. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have time to incorporate fitness into my life. What would you say to them?
I would say those are the people that, if you think you're too busy, then those are the exact people that need to be in the gym, because it's what's different about Iron Tribe, and maybe some other group fitness has this as well. But for that 45 minutes, you leave your phone in your car, you walk in with just your keys, and that's it. You put them in the cubby hole, you go find your square, and for 45 minutes, you get somebody else to tell you what to do. And there is such peace in that. It's like whatever problems you have, whatever you're carrying with you, leave it at the door. And for 45 minutes, nobody can touch you.
You get a reprieve.
You get a reprieve. Dad deserves a break. Mom definitely deserves a break. And, come in here. They control the playlist. You don't get to decide what music. You don't get to decide what movements you're doing today. There is someone who's choosing that for you as part of a bigger picture,
You just get to be a participant.
and you just show up. And man, that is the biggest difference between here and just going through the motions at the gym. It's like, well, I'm going to train my back and biceps today. I'm going to train chest tomorrow and do this. I'm going to have my earbuds in. I'm not going to talk to anybody, God forbid, And Iron Tribe's not that. So again, it's a little bit of getting uncomfortable. You're going to have to go in. You might not know everybody, but give it a couple weeks. Everybody knows your name. They see you showing up. And that's all people want to see is people showing up and trying.
Man, I love your answer because I completely agree. It's just not where my brain was at when I was asking that. Because it sounds like if I was summing it up, you're saying that to the busy dad or mom, but for our instance, dad who thinks, man, I don't have time for this. You're really the person who needs it most. And it's not only for the physical benefits you're going to get. It's your brain, your soul, your spirit, your mind. It's to have 45 minutes where you don't have to lead. You don't have to be the person in charge. You don't have to figure it all out. You can just come and get taken care of and do something that's going to help you physically and leave feeling like mentally reset, refreshed, and you're probably going to be way more productive with the rest of your day for taking 45 minutes out.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I would argue that the mental benefits of Iron Tribe outweigh anything that you can gain physically in the gym. The mental
Yeah, I want to
clarity-
disagree, but I'm like, just from like a product standpoint, but
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, no, and look, I've had little injuries over the years. It's all from doing a deadlift wrong, or being tired and doing a pull up wrong, and you get nagging injuries. Sometimes you're out, and maybe you're on the shelf for 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and man, I'm in a not a good headspace when that happens. But
Man.
people say, oh well, he just said it. You can get hurt. You're gonna get hurt at Iron Tribe. Man, you can get hurt on the couch.
You'll definitely get hurt doing nothing.
Yes, doing nothing, you will get hurt.
Yeah. The question isn't, are you going to get hurt?
Yeah,
It's what's going to hurt you,
yeah,
and are you building resiliency towards it?
that's right. Yeah, I mean, you'll throw your back out if you just sit on
Sneezing.
the couch. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you're in your 40s, you're just gonna get hurt.
I sneezed and pulled a muscle in my back the other day.
Oh yeah, that happens.
I could not lift for a week.
Yeah, no,
I don't
I'll
villainize
throw my
sneezing.
neck out. Just driving. Yeah, just driving down the road, minding my own business.
I was trying to check my blind spots and
Yeah, that's
pull the
right.
trap. Man, dude, that's good. I wish I have so many people that I care about. And that's why I say I'm not a fitness snob. It's like you could feel that running. You
Yeah.
could feel like, so this isn't unique to Iron Tribe,
Mm-mm.
but I will say what is unique, and I think you hit on it, is I think everybody needs a plan, a place, and a people. If you really want to be successful in a habit that takes discipline.
Yeah,
And so that's what we're trying to provide is like, hey, we told you where to show up, when to show up. We have people to tell you what to do, people for you to do the workout with, and we got the plan. It's like, just get in the door.
yeah,
Versus when you're at the gym, I like to say that like most big gyms, in between every set is an off ramp.
yeah,
You can choose, like, do I want to stay or not? At Iron Tribe, there's just one off ramp, and it's the end of class. Like,
yeah.
once you walk in, we're going. You're not having to put in a lot of thought. And so for me, that is, I mean, all I do for fitness is Iron Tribe. Like I run a couple of days a week.
Same,
And
yeah.
then it's like, it's not like something I like sell and don't use. It's like, I love it. It's one reason I love the 12-15 is I come in, I knock out a ton of work, and my brain's a little mush by, from 8 to noon. And man, I hit a 12-15 workout, 45 minutes, take a shower, and I'm at like 1:15, I'm ready, and I'm reset. I feel clear.
Yeah.
So it's, almost by taking a break and letting someone serve me through an Iron Tribe class, I'm way more productive the rest of the day.
Totally. And yeah, you can get that from other avenues. I mean, I have friends who are at other gyms and like they love it. It's like, man, find whatever works for you. It might not be for everybody. Iron Tribe might not be for everybody, but I think the little things that y'all do well, community, coaching, accountability, and just the freedom to leave whatever it is you're carrying at the door for 45 minutes. Everybody's got 45 minutes.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're going to have health problems because you're probably leading such a stressful life
Yeah,
that it's going to catch up with you.
it is.
Man, I so appreciate your time. This has been really fun. Couple rapid fire gym questions.
Yeah.
Favorite lift?
Back squat.
Okay. Not what I thought you were going to say. That's
I was almost going to say thruster because I really do like thrusters.
Wow.
What do you think I was going to say?
Deadlift?
It used to be deadlift.
Okay. I was like, I thought it was pretty, but thruster. There's two people I know who love thrusters, and it's
Sandy.
Hayden and Sandy,
Sandy loves thrusters.
which tells you something about.
Look, I'm not good at thrusters, but it is.
It's better than Marty, who would rather do thrusters than wall balls.
He would.
I'm like, a wall ball is like that's
It's like
the
a
same
baby
movement,
thruster.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite pre-workout drink? Are you a coffee guy,
So
caffeine guy?
I consume nothing before or during a workout.
Okay.
And I'm weird like that. If I have a sip of water, I'll cramp up.
Okay.
That's why I probably could never run a marathon.
What's your go-to breakfast after a workout?
Usually a protein shake.
Okay.
You know.
Favorite pair of lifting shoes now?
Got to go with my Strike Movements.
The Strike
Hayes
Movements.
Hayes trainers. I just got probably my 5th pair, but they're durable. Way better than the New Balance 990s, I'll tell you.
You've upgraded.
Which I remember the original coach, Josh Miguez, was like, interesting shoes. He didn't have much of a poker face. He was like, that's really,
Nor did he hide his opinion
yeah.
very
He's like,
readily.
you're going to hate yourself in those shoes. Here, buddy.
Kettlebell or dumbbell?
Dumbbell.
Pull-ups or jump ropes?
Pull-ups all day. Though it took me about 6 years to get my first pull-up, which again goes back
I
to
remember.
that guy who couldn't bench the bar.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a strong person. I'm still not a strong person. I'm stronger
But
than I
you've been
was.
super consistent.
Yeah.
And seen a ton of progress.
Yeah, I wish your longest standing member was a little more jacked.
Dude, you're
you know,
perfect.
For
Don't.
you
No,
know,
you're great.
for building the brand. I wish.
No, but I think you are such a good picture though of I don't do Iron Tribe to make people look a certain way.
Well, you should.
Okay, we'll work on that next marketing thing.
Yeah.
I do Iron Tribe. I got in Iron Tribe. My wife and I were missionaries,
Yeah.
and I was overweight, didn't feel good, and man, I was having a hard time in life, and I realized I don't get uncomfortable when it comes to my body. And I made a commitment that for 30 days I was going to work out 3 days a week and only eat whole foods. It changed my life.
What year was this?
2018,
Okay.
2017.
So that was pre-Iron Tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I definitely wasn't
Yeah,
working in fitness.
So when did you start here?
I started in 19.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2017, 2018, I was like, I don't want my soul, my relationships, my job, and my mind to suffer because I lack self-control in my body.
Yeah.
And so, literally on my alarm, my wake up to do the 5 a.m. classes, it said kill the flesh. It wasn't, I did not care what I looked like. I did not care. This for me was, I was afraid that if I didn't put some discipline in my life, the trajectory of my life was going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Because someone who can't say no to an appetite eventually can't say no to a lot of their appetites. And
Yeah.
I was afraid for the person I was going to become. And so I did that and was like, almost became an evangelist. I mean, I was like a paid evangelist as a missionary, but like for just health, I was like, guys, you really should try this. Like, and I was just doing 3 workout classes a week. Like, it wasn't anything revolutionary. Dude, I dropped like 30 pounds, felt amazing.
How big were you?
Man, I got to like 220.
Yeah. Thick.
Yeah, but it was like soft thick. It wasn't like I wasn't proud thick, you know. And I went from 220 to 185.
Wow.
And felt awesome. And it's funny how much people will like make fun of you. I caught more crap from people. They're like, you're starving yourself. You're blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I feel better than I've ever felt in my whole life.
Yeah. I'm not eating fast food.
And you're hating, like you
Yeah.
were mocking it.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's why I do Iron Tribe, is it changed the kind of dad I was. I was more patient. Because, dude, what would happen is, like, I would eat these super rich, big dinners because I think I just was unhappy. And so I was, like, trying to use a meal to, like, fill that
To medicate kind
hole.
of. Yeah.
But I'd be so groggy that I'd be, like, mean to my kids during bedtime.
Yeah.
So it was just this like vicious cycle of I didn't feel good, so I was doing something to feel better, and that something would make me feel worse.
Yeah.
And I really, when I came to Iron Tribe, I was like, I want to help people break that cycle.
Yeah.
And so I really mean it. Like, I don't care. I think there's an ideal health body composition, but I don't have in my mind what someone who does Iron Tribe should look like.
Yeah.
I much more have in my mind what I hope they would be like to their family, to their business, to their neighborhood, to their community. And it's because their physical fitness is causing them to be a blessing to others. It's not robbing other people from the gifts that they have,
For sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So I think
That's
you're a great
profound.
example of that.
Yeah. Well, when I made 9 years, I was like, man, you think I'm out of shape now. You should have seen me 9 years ago.
No, man. Well, look,
I did in my time that I've been here, my first in body, I think I was 187 pounds. My skeletal muscle mass was like 89. My body fat at 189 was like 17,
percent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's, I'm 200 plus pounds, 201.
Oh, that's great.
And my skeletal muscle mass is 99, 100. So, and my percent body fat has gone down while I've gained the
Yeah.
weight. So,
Man, but I think that's great.
yeah.
I think the problem is a lot of us don't feel good about that because with social media, you just see people who are like, their whole occupation is to be shredded and take pictures of themselves.
Yeah, that's right. But but no, I'm.
But what you just described is like a really great body composition.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with it.
You should be, because
Yeah.
your job isn't that.
Yeah.
Like you're able to maintain that while being a present husband, present dad, present at work.
And I still have
you know?
fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you don't
Like you don't have to
hate
become
life.
some freak where you just like stop cutting out. I'm like, I still have plenty of vices,
Yeah.
And there's still time on the weekends to.
But
cut
the
up
more
and have fun.
discipline you practice, the more freedom you get.
Exactly.
And I just think I wish people would get that too. Like we're not trying to convince people to eat rice and broccoli for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know.
It would make your job easier, but
Yeah.
that's not what
But
we're.
I would quit because I
You
don't
would
eat
quit.
rice and broccoli.
Yeah.
It's not my normal diet. You
No.
know. Well, man, I so appreciate your time. I know you're busy.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the video lasted this long because this has made my heart very happy. But yeah, dude, thank you for 9 years of awesome partnership and membership. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully, we have some more fun long-term members coming on. And if you do have any questions from things we talked about, please let us know. We're happy to shoot some more videos about it. And yeah, so Bill, thank you for your time, man.
Thanks, Austin. Really appreciate it. 3-2-1 Tribe.
Tribe. Thanks, dude. I
That was
appreciate
awesome.
that so much. That was really fun.
Yeah.
It should be good. I'm just always perfect.